What's up, everyone? Kaz here with another Diablo 3 video for you today. If you take a look here, it looks like I'm attempting Greater Rift 23. I did not make it all the way through. I did die about 4 minutes in, which is actually sooner than my last death from the other one. I think it was GR20 that I had the death in. What I've kind of noticed is I'm dying more so because a lot of enemies are hitting me, but I think my deaths so far are actually more so like environmental issues. Like last time, I think I was standing in an explosion when it happened. Obviously, don't stand in explosions, don't stand in fire, don't stand in poison. The stuff hurts. But I think this time it was just a spike, a damage spike that killed me. I'm not really sure. I haven't really taken a look at the video and kind of slowed it down to figure out what exactly killed me. But it looks like it was either a lightning hit or something like that, or just a spike in damage. I know last time we kind of talked, I said that I wanted to cover some of the math behind how the monk works with the Uliana set. And I kind of set out to do the research around it. I submitted a post on Reddit's Diablo 3 community, and I posted my build, a link to the build on Battle.net, and asked for some help in understanding, you know, the kind of the math and the mechanics behind the build. Now, of course, you know, I understand the basics, right? You know, stack decks, and then stack these gems, or, you know, whatever IC Veins tells you to do, and how those stats kind of affect the monk's build and the monk's damage output and whatnot. But I wanted to kind of even get a little bit more understanding than just that, which is the reason why I posted the post on Reddit. Well, what happened was I got a rather short and uninformative reply from someone asking me to do everyone a favor and start using Google as a resource instead of wasting his time. So, I just kind of disabled, or I think I deleted the post and just went on my way and tried to do some research on my own. I kind of hoped that the Diablo 3 community on Reddit was better than this, more mature than this. And, you know, this is kind of one of the reasons I've considered quitting Diablo 3, especially recently. It's just, you know, the unsupportive community that a lot of the Blizzard games have kind of lent themselves towards. But then again, looking at some of the other games, you know, especially some of the more well-known games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and stuff like that, I'm not really sure if those communities are better. You know, my opinion builds from like IC Veins and whatnot. Right, it's a great resource, but I would hope that these are meant as more of a suggestion than a dictative guide. If these are just a dictative guide, if these are, you know, you have to do this, or you will not, you know, reach endgame, or you will not reach higher than GR50 or whatnot. If that's the case, then Blizzard has a very serious problem on their hands, right? That takes the fun out of the game, right? This means that, you know, the whole ability to play around with the build to make it fit your playstyle is gone from the game. And if that's the case, then there's no fun in the game, right? I may as well just download a interactive novel and read through the novel for the story. But you know, and this is something that I would hope is not the case. And, you know, I've been a WoW player, I've been, you know, a Hearthstone player, I've been a StarCraft player, and all that kind of stuff, right? I've seen the, you know, the builds where it's like, oh, you have to do this. I've been in the guilds where it's like, oh, you have to have these items, you have to do this rotation, otherwise you're kicked out of the guild. And that's just, there's no fun in that, right? If we don't have the ability to play around and say, hey, look, what if I do, you know, shield throw instead of provoke or something like that from Paladin? Or, you know, what if I found a different way of mitigating the damage that's coming at me than, you know, what IC Veins is telling me to do? Then, you know, it's, I don't know, I find that, you know, being able to do that is a little bit more creative than, you know, just always sticking to formula. And the formula is the only thing, it is the word. You must follow the formula, otherwise you don't have the rights to play the game. Right? And, you know, that's what I'm starting to see. And I'm starting to see that a lot with the Diablo 3 videos as well. Especially in the Diablo 3 community, where it's like, you know, you post a build and people are like, oh, well, you don't have this legendary, you don't have that legendary. And even though, you know, every piece of gear in D3 is RNG based, you know, a lot of the builds are still based off of certain legendaries and certain set components that, you know, are pretty much set and can be controlled. And, you know, what I see is a lot of people saying, oh, you're not playing with this legendary, you're not playing with that legendary, or you're playing the build wrong. Especially if it's not an identical match to Icy Veins. And that, you know, it's just something that definitely concerns me about the Diablo 3 community and where it's going. I honestly hope that Blizzard doesn't intend for this to be the case, and I hope that Blizzard, you know, continues churning out some of these really great games, and I hope the Necromancer doesn't become like this. And, you know, I understand it's sets, and you have to play the sets correctly, but what happens if you opt for, you know, not finishing the set and only using the 2-set or the 4-set bonuses, right? What happens if you want to combine different sets together, right? In ways that they're not already, you know, formulated to be combined. But, you know, that's just my little rant on, you know, trying to get information about how Diablo 3 works. And hopefully, you know, this will reach out to some of the, you know, pessimists out there and people who think, oh, there's only one build or whatnot. And, you know, hopefully we can, you know, work together to try and make the gaming community a little bit more interactive, more fun, and more, you know, I guess, flexible in this kind of way. I am planning on, so at the time of this recording, this is, obviously I didn't make it through GR23 without dying, so this doesn't fit for the Greater Rift journey requirements or whatever. However, I did make it past GR23. I do have some more GR videos that I'm going to be uploading probably around the same time as this video, so keep an eye out for those. And definitely, you know, please do not feel like this video is me asking you not to comment on my video, not to give criticism on my builds. I'm open to those criticisms, but, you know, be constructive with those. Don't tell me, hey, you're playing the build completely wrong, and then, you know, tell me to go Google why I'm playing the build wrong. That doesn't help me. That just frustrates me, right? Because I've done the Googling, I've gone out there and I've seen what Icy Veins is doing, and I'm obviously not trying to follow it word for word. I'm trying to do something a little bit different, and what I'm trying to understand is, you know, how to make these things a little bit different and still, you know, be able to succeed. But again, you know, welcome comments, welcome criticisms, constructive criticisms. Please, you know, like the video if you agree with what I'm trying to say about the communities, or, you know, leave a comment and tell me that I'm completely wrong and I'm out of my mind. Subscribe if you want to continue the journey with us, and we'll see what happens. Till next time, have fun playing games, and if you're not having fun, do something different.
Hello there.
That is too expensive. That creature will die.
Are you ready? Then your trial begins.
What you ask is impossible. I must heal. Ready yet. The storm breaks! turn.
I must wait longer.
The storm breaks.
I must wait longer.
A vicious strike.
I must wait for humans to build. I grow weak. I must wait longer.
The flaws are revealed.
What you ask is impossible. That ability is not yet developed.
Feel the wrath of Ita.
I must wait longer.
My strength fades.
I must wait longer.
I am returning to town.